there is a highly coordinated effort underway to undermine President Trump. We are being told this effort is coming out of Russia and Iran. Cyber scammers there are using tens of thousands of bots to amplify the false narrative that somehow a bunker buster laid down on Iran by President Trump will lead to World War III or some kind of a global conflict where the United States is putting boots on the ground in that region. A story that just isn't true. But if you go to Twitter, the platform X now, you will see that those narratives are being amplified at a rate far greater than in the real world. And the Network for Contagion Research Institute is the one that had discovered this plot by Russia and Iran to specifically undermine Trump and what? Divide MAGA. False flags, anti-MAGA, and they're even duping high-profile influencers. I believe people like Theo Vaughn, duping them into spreading this nonsense. Watch.
I don't think that our soldiers should have to go and defend stuff that they start.
Talking about Israel forcing the United States to act in Iran, there's no way in hell that President Trump is going to send soldiers into Iran. Theo Vaughn ought to know better than that. I actually believe he's been duped because what we're seeing on the platform X, upwards by some counts, 650,000 posts that are pushing this narrative literally to divide MAGA. Do not fall into it. China has been MIA on this issue. Russia publicly has been MIA on this issue. You haven't even heard from North Korea. There is no sign of World War III starting from any of this. So Twitter is not reality. Remember that, folks. Here's what is reality. President Trump from the Oval Office.
I have ideas as to what to do, but I haven't made a final. I like to make the final decision 1 second before it's due, because things change. I mean, especially with war. Things change with war. It can go from one extreme to the other. War is very bad. There was no reason for this to be a war.
Well, let me give you a little warning on this. We're now getting word that President Trump will make a decision on using that bunker buster to go after the Fordo nuclear facility well underground in that mountain in the middle of Iran. He says 2 weeks he'll make his decision on this. This is Caroline Levitt.
Regarding the ongoing situation in Iran, I know there has been a lot of speculation amongst all of you in the media regarding the president's decision-making and whether or not the United States will be directly involved. In light of that news, I have a message directly from the president, and I quote, "Based on the fact that there's a substantial chance of negotiations that may or may not take place with Iran in the near future, I will make my decision whether or not to go within the next 2 weeks." That's a quote directly from the president.
I want you to think about this because words most certainly matter. Within the next 2 weeks. Well, 2 hours from now is within the next 2 weeks. I believe this could be a misdirection by President Trump. It could be signaling to the world that maybe Iran is wanting to talk about plans to give up their nuclear program. Or it's just all for the element of surprise. This is the beauty of President Trump. Nobody knows. Not us, and especially not Iran.